Good morning. Hello to anyone who's out there. Oh, morning. Yay. Cool. I am live. So welcome to Monday again. Right. So I'm going to pack up some parcels as usual. I want to show you my my halibut jumper that I've been working on all weekend. Hi, Julie. Yeah, so I had probably, I don't know, at least 2 half days off this weekend, didn't I? I'd got loads of knitting done in the afternoons. So did some work in the mornings, a little bit in the afternoons between knitting, which I rewarded myself with some knitting. Morning, Judy. Morning, Karen. Hey, Linda, Tanya. Oh, sunny west of Ireland. Okay, we're not sunny here today. It's really warm, like it's boiling, which is why I'm not wearing a jumper at the minute. It's like 15 degrees, but it feels way hotter. It's like really sweaty, but it's not sunny. So, yay. Morning, Kate. Okay, so Karen, just literally banned off my weekender in Baby Soft. It's epic. Oh, send me photos. I want to see that. I have a weekender. I love my weekender. Right, so yeah, I want to show you my halibut. So I managed to get quite a bit of knitting done on it this weekend because I took a couple of half days off and I didn't do a whole lot with them other than knitting and watching some Netflix stuff. Morning, Julie. So I'll show you that, and then there was something else I wanted to show you. Some new stuff. What was it? Oh, yeah. So I thought I was going to show you this, the next Art Yarns inspiration color, which but it's a secret until the 1st of November, so I can't show you today. But if you followed our lives before, then you will have already seen it, because it's a colorway that I designed and then was going to have as an exclusive, and then I dithered, and then anyway, whatever. So it's now the limited edition November colorway from Art Yarns, and it's gorgeous. And before I only got it in the Merino Cloud. Oh yeah, I can show that one as well. Yeah, thanks. I only got it in Merino Cloud, which was lovely, and wasn't 100% sure what to do with it. I was sort of, oh yay, Antelope Valley, nice. Yeah, so I was going to use it in some Missoni kits, and then I think I just got sort of waylaid by other stuff and didn't. So, but it's here and it's lovely, and it would be amazing in Missoni, so I might have to design a kit based around that one, but it is limited edition. And then but then I've also got it in the double mohair, and it would make the best make mine a double. So and Iris gifted me a skein of the double mohair for designing the colorway, so I'm going to make mine a double with that. Right, or maybe I could have it a giveaway. Maybe I should do that. Hi, morning. Right, so I'm going to go through that. Oh, and then I want to show you the Merino Possum by Circus Tonic, because it's lovely. One of our lovely customers, Gina, sent a request last week she wanted me to help her with some colours for, oh, what was the name of that sweater? It's gone out of my head. It's really nice though. It's a colourwork sweater with some nice Nordic motifs, and so we did some colours in the Merino Possum, and it's going to be stunning, and I feel like I might have to copy her on that because it's going to be gorgeous. But if Gina comes on, she can maybe tell me what the name of the sweater is, otherwise I'll post it in stories later. Okay, so I am packing, oh hang on, let me just have a little scroll. Oh, rainy Somerset. Yeah, it's not raining. We've got no rain on the forecast at all for the next 10 days. I don't know if that, I mean, I'm sure that will change. After last week's talk about the Harris hood, I went and knitted a Bombeck hood and love it. Oh, I've not seen a Bombeck hood. I'll have to look that one up. Bombeck hood. Cool. Metallica and Prairie are a match made in how I agree. Aren't they lovely? Metallica, not Metallica like the band, and Prairie for the festive night shawl. Amazing. Amazing. It's addictive, isn't it? And also not difficult. Will you agree on that, Julie? It's not like it's not an advanced knit at all, is it? Right, anyway, so I'm packing. This is the first order that's just in the box. So this is a Mazzoni kit for sure. This was the Margarita kit, right? And someone's ordered that along with a tapestry needle, wooden tapestry needle holder with some tapestry needles in it. So that's nice. That's a nice one to start with because they're so pretty. I think this might be my favourite kit at the minute. I'm just really attracted to these brights right now. But if I make a kit with that other new secret merino cloud that I'm not allowed to tell you about until, when is the 1st of November? Like it's sometime this week, isn't it? So I'll design something in time for the 1st of November with some of the other colours that we've got, maybe. Although we might run out. I don't know. I'll have a play. I'll at least post some pictures of what I would recommend putting with it for a Mazzoni anyways, in case that helps. How is your shawl staying on? Impressive draping. Oh, because it's not a shawl, it's a cowl. But that would be impressive, wouldn't it? But yeah, no, this is a cowl. It's the Njord cowl by... can't remember. But the name is NJORD. It's on Ravelry. And it's a brioche cowl, really nice, easy brioche, like a really good one. So if you guys did some brioche, like easy brioche with West Knits or something, where it was just straight lines of brioche, this is like the next one to try to up your brioche game a little bit. It's nice and easy, but it does, you know, obviously the brioche patterns travel, so you learn a little bit more about brioche. And then it's got, I love this bit down here, this dotty bit down here, this 2-colour thing. So it's not stranded, it's like slip stitch at the bottom. It's what? Emily Litwin. Oh, it's by Emily Litwin. There you go. So Njord by Emily Litwin. Thank you down. Who needs a PA when you've got Darren?
I don't think that's available in Norwegian though, so.
Which is ironic because it's probably like a Norwegian name, Njord maybe. I'm guessing, like fjord, Njord. Maybe Norwegian fjords are called Njords. Right, before I get into trouble.
Quick, you're behind.
Asking for an easy brioche cowl is far. Not sure I understand that question. Beautiful day for a picnic. Cool. Yeah, so cowls are good. I've knit lots of cowls because they actually stay on, and I love how they look on top of a winter jacket or a long winter coat. I just love, I love the look of a cowl. So I guess, yeah, and they stay on, which is good because I'm not a fan of shawls that keep slipping off and you have to faff about with all the time. Right, hello Lucy. So let me pack another one and then I'll show you something that's not packing. Right, that's a really big one. Or I don't think I can pack this one. I'm just going to move it out of the way because, oh yeah, that's a big one. So for anyone that needs an update on the Teddy Deer by Gepard, which is what this is, lovely. Oh, and here's lovely Woolia. So I placed an order with them 16 days ago for a top up, and I still, this is always the problem with getting a new supplier, I still don't know whether it's shipped or when it's going to get here, or I've sent a lot of emails. So, sorry. I'm going to just have a fiddle. There we go. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, I've sent a lot of follow-ups. So, and the last time it shipped, it got here really quickly. So, sorry if you're still waiting, but it should be here any day. I've sent a lot of emails. So, yeah, and then today I'm going to phone them as well in Denmark just to see what the situation is. I'm pretty sure last time they didn't send me tracking and it just showed up. So maybe it is just on the way. Right, so yeah, just one of those things with yarn shops and new suppliers and all that. I really like it when suppliers talk to me and tell me what's going on. It's sort of a pet peeve when you're kept in the dark by a supplier about when stuff's coming. And it's a totally different experience between sort of commercial companies like Gepard versus a hand dyer where they're, you know, clearly dyeing the yarns for you, and sometimes it can take ages and ages, but you sort of know that. But then there are some hand dyers that just are really nice and quick, so I guess it depends on their own personal logistical circumstances. Right, okay, wait, sorry, what am I packing? So this one is Isaya Alpaca 1 in E2S. So the E numbers with the Isaya mean that they're undyed, just in case you're wondering why some colours have an E and some don't. And the S colours, I don't know if that's the case on all the bases with the Isaya, but it tends to be that the S colours are the ones that are dyed on a grey base versus a white base. So, and then this person's also ordered some Holst Super Soft, and this is silver grey. And I'm thinking that they're going to hold the two together, which is a really good idea because the Holst can be anything but super soft. If you're expecting it to be super soft, you shouldn't. I think I've written that several times on the website in the description. But sometimes it still just surprise people that it's not what it says on the tin. Right, how shall I pack this one? I think I'll do like that. Okay. So I'll just pack this one up and then I will show you some stuff. The other stuff I did this weekend was more website work, and we have had a soft launch of the website. It's not working on mobile yet, so Lee's still having to do like a whole bunch. It's very complicated to get it like working on every. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm talking rowing. Oh my god, you'd think I'd be well rested. The clock's moving. That's not fun, is it? I was up at 5 today, but really that's 6, so the clock says 5, but is it? I don't think so. But then I went to bed at like at the new time, so that means that I did get an hour less. So yeah, messes things up. Right. Hello. Okay. Get this all squared away. There's some really, again, there's another, I'll show you, there's really big. So we got a top up last week of the Merino Cloud that I made my leisurely slip knit jumper in, which was the Tribe colorway with the Mariana dark blue, and I ordered quite a lot of it. And then apologies to everyone that was waiting for it. It did go out of stock very immediately because we had a couple of people order all of it. So so I thought I'd ordered enough for a few kits, but evidently I didn't. So anyway, we have got more on the way, and it's coming from Art Yarns, and they are a hand dyer, but they are one of the quicker. In fact, they're probably the quickest hand dyer I've ever come across, ever. They're really quick, and like an lace are pretty quick in the grand scheme of things. And we don't have tons of hand dyed anymore because, well, I guess I'm not a fan of variegated yarns. I don't like knitting with them. No, I do like knitting with them. I don't like wearing them. I should show you a jumper that I made with a variegated yarn, where I thought for the longest time that it was lovely because I loved the yarn and the skein, and then when you look at it with fresh eyes, it's like, oh, that is minging. I wear it as my ugly jumper these days. I wore it for the Christmas gathering a couple of weekends ago. So that's one of the reasons why we don't do a lot of hand dyed. We do some though. We have got obviously a few brands that are hand dyed. And I try and stick with the ones where they will be consistent across the dye lots and won't bleed colours and don't have weird patches of annoying patchiness, you know, you sometimes get on hand dyes, which is so disappointing because you're like knitting away and then you've got a section that just lets everything down because it's patchy, and sometimes happens like multiple times as you get to that part in the skein, and it's just not. So anyway, we don't stock any of that stuff anymore. Right. Oh, I was going to show you stuff before I packed another parcel, but anyway, I'll just show you what's here and then I'll come back and pack it. This is Isaya Boucle in colour 30, which is black. So Isaya's, what are you laughing at, Karen? Did I say something funny? Uh-oh. It's terrible when you say something funny and you didn't realise it was. Anyway, colour 30 in Isaya is black, and colour 100 in Isaya is navy, in case you ever needed to know that. So this is black, although it looks a bit, does it look black? I think it does, yeah. It's very black, it's lovely, it's very soft, beautiful. So someone's ordered a bunch of that with some Leica fixed circular needles, Leica fixed circs, Leica just across the range. I'm still on the fence on whether we carry on stocking it. I do like the needles and always have done, which is why we started stocking it in the first place, but they're such a pain in the arse to deal with that I'm loving the Lantern Moons for a wooden needle a bit more these days. So it might be that if you're looking for Leica stuff from our stock anyway, that you should probably get it before it runs out, because I'm not sure I'm going to be reordering Leica or Lica or however you say it. It's, yeah, like you order something from that company and then you might get a notification 18 months later to say, oh, it's in stock now, do you still want it? Like, I mean, that's literally what happens, which is just a bit shit. So, ugly sweater. Oh, you're laughing at my ugly sweater. Yeah, I think I have a photo of it somewhere. I think I put it on that day. I remember putting it on and thinking I should snap a picture of this and post it to show you this is the reason I don't like variegated yarns. It was a nice yarn too. It was a high quality. It was a Blueface Leicester 100% BFL yarn. It was dyed by Layla at Ching Fibers. I mean, absolutely mind-bogglingly stunning on the skein, which is why I took it home. And we stocked it, so it was something that I was stocking, so I was knitting from it to sort of demonstrate how it knits up. And I genuinely did think at the time that I quite liked it, because it was sort of like, I guess I was looking at it like you would look at your ugly baby, and think that they're beautiful until you don't anymore. Actually, I don't know if that happens with babies. I don't think mums ever get to the point where they think their babies are ugly, do they? Let me know in comments. Let me know if you're a mum of an ugly baby, whether you ever realised that the baby was ugly. Some babies are ugly. I mean, they're all cute and gorgeous. Sorry. Indy was ugly for a little while, wasn't he? Right. Let me go back. I love my Leica needles. Yeah, I mean, they're great needles. They are. But I think I definitely prefer the Lantern Moon. Like, they're both made of superior hardwood, so they're not like a bamboo needle that's going to dry out and get all scratchy on you, and they're not needles that are made of like some of the Knit Pro needles, for example, that are laminated, so it's just like lots of layers of wood that then start splintering after a little while. They're not like that. And actually there's another brand of wooden needle that's really, really crap. I can't remember the name of them, but they're they're laminated and they just don't last very long. They get dry. You know those horrible cheap dry needles? They just get dry, and so they're not that. The Lica ones are really good. They're made of birch, and they sort of power shoot them with some sort of resin to make them stronger still. But then the Lantern Moon ones are ebony, and they are a beautiful wood. Like, they're a good hardwood and they last. So yeah. We need to see your ugly sweater. Is it on the ref page? Might be on my Rav page. You'll have to have a look through it. The jumper that I knit was an Andrea Mowry jumper that was a fade. It was just a normal raglan with a fade, and I ended up making one sleeve, and I wear it to this day with one sleeve, and to this day with the other stitches on a piece of brown yarn, which I've never taken off because I didn't want to give that jumper any more time. And sometimes when that brown yarn is dangling in I have to tuck it in, and sometimes it untucks and it just looks like really, really long armpit hair, and it's quite embarrassing, which is kind of serves me right for knitting such an ugly jumper, so I leave it there. Penance. Right, Sue Inquisitive, what's your actual name? Some of you, I don't know what your actual names are. I don't like variegated yarns. They just remind me of dreadful homemade jumpers from the 70s, but not the cool sort. I know what you mean. They're a bit yarn buff. Like some of the 70s homemade jumpers are so cool, but yeah, I agree. They just look like. But I think sometimes it takes a long time to realise that they're just bad, because they're so much fun to knit with, and the little stitches on the needles look so lovely, all lined up in their colours. Right. I love Lantern Moon. Wish they did a lighter colour needle. Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I mean, I'm a ChiaoGoo girl. I am a ChiaoGoo all the way girl, and they're nice and light, as in they're silver. So, Julie, my babies were never ugly. My baby is 9 weeks old and she's the most beautiful thing ever. Oh, baby. Oh, God, I miss smelling babies. I'm the same. They often look gorgeous in the skein, but not knitted up. They sometimes work better in small items like hats or socks. Yeah, or as a pop, or sometimes. And I think that variegated yarns quite often look really beautiful in crochet. I just don't like them knit. And they sometimes look really good on the pearl side. I should bring that jumper in next week and show you, because actually I wear it on the pearl. I wear it inside out with the pearl side out, because it's like slightly less ugly that way. So Darren, can you remind me next week to bring the ugly jumper? Thanks. Right, can't knit with black on it. Do you knit with black? See, this is the problem. You guys knitting with black. Who knits with black? The Leica cables are a bit annoying. They have a memory. Yeah, so if you've got Leica tips and you love the Leica tips, which is great, the Lantern Moon cables, which are the steel core ones, they fit the Leica tips, so you can use like the really great Lantern Moon cables on the Leica tips. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. You've already said that. Thank you. Love your trousers. Whose trousers? Huh?
And they're fixed or swivel.
Oh yeah, and they're fixed or swivels. You can choose between fixed or swivel, and the swivels aren't catchy, so that's good. So you could get either. I like a fixed cable, but I know a lot of people love a swivel cable. So, speaking of swivels, this weekend I'll show you. Actually, I'm going to go get it. I'm going to go put on my halibut, but I've got it on a really long ChiaoGoo cable, which is actually 2 ChiaoGoo cables where I've used the connector, because I didn't have a really long one free at home, so I just put 2 together with a small cable connector. And I don't know if you guys know, you probably already know this, but you know the Darren, can you pass me a what's it called? End stopper for a ChiaoGoo cable, please. So the end stoppers for the ChiaoGoo cables are made of cable connectors. So if you lose your small cable connectors, which I do constantly, because they're like the size of an ant, so they just get lost. They're usually in my stitch marker tin.
The sofa, don't we?
Well, and then they just get lost because they're freaking tiny. But anyway, like these are the stoppers for the ends of the cables. That in there, can you see that? That metal thing, that is a cable connector. So if you put your tightening key in there and unscrewed it, you can use that in a pinch, or not in a pinch, or like I do, for your cable connector to make your cables longer, which is also really handy for when you're trying to try on your jumper sometimes. So this one, I've put it on a really long cable because I was trying it on a lot, so that I didn't have to keep putting it onto a stitch holder. And yeah, so that's what I did. But yeah, so that's good to know. So you can put the the sets do come with cable connectors, but if you lose them like I do, you can use these if you need to. Right, so I'm going to go and get my halibut. Hang on a minute. Middle baby was ugly when she was first born. Ah, yeah, I was a really ugly baby. I was like wicked ugly in a cute way. Don't like the fixed. They catch terribly. Fixed. The fixed? Oh, the fixed what? The lantern moons. I didn't find them catchy. Anyway, let me go get this. Right, you'll have to excuse the fact that it definitely needs a block because I knit it with Woolia, which is just my most favourite yarn at the minute, and the reason why I got so much knitting done this weekend because I couldn't put it down. It's amazingly stretchy, this yarn. It's like poofy and stretchy, but it obviously, when you're knitting with it in colourwork or intarsia, that sort of poofy stretchiness is going to mean that you're going to need to give your thing a good block. So please excuse the fact that it's looking like my tension's all over the place. It's not, I promise you. It's just that it needs a block. Right, I'll take this off and I will show, well, I'll just show you here first. So here, I'll put it on. This is my halibut at the minute. So you can see I've done the whole yoke and part of the body. The sleeves are on holders. I might do the sleeves next, actually. I don't know if you can see this properly with the colours. I'll step back. But yeah, this is where we're at the minute. And I absolutely love it. I love it. Here's the back. So there's no red fish on the back. You can see that I've got it on thingies on my long cable. And then, yeah, so I used, oh, thanks. It's going to be so good. You can imagine this when it's blocked out and it's a bit more drapey and the fabric will flow a little bit more. And I don't know how long to make it. I think I'll make it so that I can tuck it in a little bit to some trousers. But yeah, there is the halibut at the minute. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah. And the yarn is just like the most fun to knit with. So some changes, some big changes, like the biggest change that well, apart from the colour, which I'll talk about in a minute, was the fact that in the original halibut, this is size 2, by the way, so it's like the extra small, I think, not the extra small. Anyway, it's size 2, it's quite big. And I went up 1 needle size, so that's another reason why it's a little bit bigger than a standard size 2. But the colour work on the original, or the you split for the sleeves after you finish your colour work. So you know how all those people were complaining that they loved the pattern, blah blah blah, and they loved like the motifs and stuff, but they can't wear it because the split for the sleeves on the, like, so if I'd have kept to the pattern, my sleeves would have split here, like below my elbow, which I yeah, like that's, even for me, that's too low, like for an oversized jumper, splitting for sleeves below the elbow. Anyway, so I changed it, which involves a little bit of jiggery pokery. So when I was knitting it this weekend, I just kept trying it on to work out where I should split, and I think this is a really good place for it to be. But it meant that, you know, when you're knitting and you do a split for the sleeve, so you put your sleeve stitches on a holder and then you have to cast on some stitches for the underarm, it meant that I had to modify the motif, because so on the sides here I've got 2 fat fish, so you can maybe see there's like that fish there and that fish there end up joining together to make really cute little side fat fish that still look like fish. I think they're fine. I like them. So I sort of just played with the chart a bit after that to make it sort of join together to make a fat fish. And then I'll have these regular fish that come down the sleeves when I make those. And then I haven't decided. I think I'm just going to leave it at that because there's already so much going on and it already covers so much of the jumper. I was thinking about doing red cuffs, but I don't think I will. Oh, and then the other thing that I thought of, which I still might do, is these motifs here. I might put them sort of there on the arms, the little blue stars that look a bit tattoo-ish. So let me just read some comments. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Yay. Yay, thank you. Oh, it's so fun. And this will look so great on a, like, just, I mean, it's great for this weather when it's going to be a bit grey and shit out. But on like tracky bottoms like these, or you know, jeans or whatever, I just, or peeking out from under like a blue blazer. This colour is so cool. Oh, shush. So yeah, and the colours, like I love my red fish right here. So place. Yeah, my fat fish are my place. I've got a selection of fish. A flounder under the arms. But I do like my little fat fish. So yeah, it would have made a great cat. Like, so you could have just not split the sleeves and just keep knitting to there and just make a cowl, which would also be fun to wear. But I wanted this to be a jumper because the Woolia is great right on my skin. So someone said, can you tell me a bit more about Woolia? So it's 100% organic merino by Gepard. It's super swooshy. I am loving it. I am completely, like, I couldn't put it down this weekend, so I just used it as my treat for when I got something done. You know, I'd go off and peel some vegetables and then like run back to my and do a few more lines. And then the other changes, right? So let me just talk to you about the other changes. So this is supposed to be knit in the round like a standard yoked jumper, but you can see that I haven't because I've got different colors happening. So I did it as a mixture of intarsia and stranded colorwork. If I take it off, I'll show you what I did in case you want to do something similar. So this is the inside out. That's the back, there's the front. So that's what it looks like inside out. So maybe you can see that this top section here was all stranded colorwork and knit in the round, until I got to this point here where I wanted to change up my colors. So then I moved to stranded intarsia. So really just intarsia bobbins for these bits, these separate bits. It also meant that I didn't have to carry my yarn across super long distances like you sometimes have to, which is such a waste of yarn. So then I knit that bit flat, and then there you can see my little sergery, my seam where I joined that bit. So I knit that section flat and then I joined that together once I was done. And in order to knit that flat, I did increase by 2 stitches because they get lost in the seam. And that is the seam, like what it looks like on the right side on the back. And you, where'd it go? There. And I don't think that you can necessarily tell that there's a seam there. And even if you can, like, who cares? Can you tell there's a seam there?
Definitely.
Can you? Does it look terrible?
I'd rip it out.
Fuck off. Well, you wouldn't rip it out, would you?
I wouldn't have started, if I'm honest.
He hates it. Right. So yeah, so that's what I did. So I modified it to stranded intarsia, which I think saves the yarn a little bit, makes it a bit more stretchy. I love it, you know. And those of you that did our Paulina cowl recently, you'll know how to do this already, because we all learnt it on the Paulina cowl. So you'll be able to convert your jumper to be stranded intarsia like this. And then I did think about the possibility of duplicate stitching at least the blue motifs on. But when I did one of my little swatch, when I duplicate stitched, this is such a fat yarn that they do stick out quite a lot further, which, you know, if that's the effect that you want, then great. But then also, for me, the joy of it is the knitting of it, and it's on my needles and I'm knitting in it, and it's so much fun to do stranded color work. So that would have taken away the joy of the stranded color work. And you've got to be super careful with your tension when you're doing duplicate stitch. You know, you might need to use a hoop or something. Probably less important with Woolia because it's so stretchy, but still, maybe it's more important because it's so stretchy, because you could, yeah, maybe. So, right, hang on. Yeah, I'll put some notes. When I put this on the Ravelry project page, I'll just make some, I mean, it's pretty simple, but I'll put some notes about like where I increased the stitch and where I decreased the stitch, and then I did just, you know, normal seaming along the back there. What else did I do different? Nothing else. It's just size 2. The neck is exactly the same as it's written. which I'm really, really happy with how the neck sits. It's the yarn that makes it sit that way, so it's perfect. And then I'm very excited to block it and have it all drapey and beautiful. I don't know how to modify patterns. Oh, Susan, you should join one of our cows. That's pretty much what we do on our cows, is modify the crap out of patterns and make them so that they match what we have in our heads. Oh God, I love it. It's too hot to wear it, but I love it. A cow. So yeah, this is the sweater that was one of the designs I was considering of turning into a double knit cowl. So I'm just wondering whether this would work as a double knit so that it's reversible. But I think if we did, we'd have to not do it in Woolia because it would be really, really warm to have double thickness of Woolia, I think. I'll make a little thing. Or maybe I'll make a cowl double knitted of this and see how it feels, and then we can go from there. Because I won't be done with knitting with this yarn, because I just, and this yellow is so perfect. Right, does Darren knit? No, Darren does not knit, which is why he knows nothing. Right. I am too, Rosalind. Oh, the Paulina. Oh, nice. Oh, hi, Mum. Do you like my jumper? Do you think she'll like it? I don't know. I don't know. It's not her kind of thing. Right. Let me know if you like the jumper, Mum, because he thinks you'll love it and I think you'll hate it. Oh, she does love it. Well, you'd always say that because you're so nice. We'll definitely join a cow. Cool. The name of the yarn is Woolia. Woolia. I've got it here in some parcels that need packing. That really big one there. So I can show you the label. Let me just get this out. This is what it looks like. And I used 4 colours. So, but the pattern itself is obviously only written for 2 colours because the whole thing is supposed to be stranded.
We should say at this point that nice colours are all available.
There are some more beigey colours available in the yarn, and less sort of out there. This is the brightest colour that's available. This and the red, I think, are the brightest ones in the range. I was just drawn to them, but there are definitely some more palatable colours, I suppose, in the range if you want.
Yeah, they're less seizure-inducing, aren't they?
Oh, this is not seizure-inducing. Weight of the yarn for the Woolia, it is a worsted weight yarn, and if you've knit with Woolstock worsted, it's very similar to that, maybe just a hint thicker. So I'm knitting with it on 4.5, I think. Yeah, 4.5. So this jumper is on 4.5 stranded, and it's not like a totally closed, like you could do it on a 4. It's not completely like a closed fabric. Can you see? Oh. But we got someone at the door. But I like it for this because it's I want the sort of the lightness of it. I want the drape of it, and it's not as though, do my strands show through? Well, look, I did intarsia, so even if I did have, like, maybe if I was doing it the other way and I was going to have my navy strands going all the way across, then maybe they'd show through a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think that it's a problem. Right. Darren is the expert on beige. Ooh, I just went black and white. Ooh, let's have a look, see how it looks in black and white. Oh, you should come and look at it in black and white.
Better.
Come around and see it on the screen, you'll see. I don't know if you guys are seeing black and white, but I'm seeing black and white. Do you like that?
Yeah.
You prefer it?
Well, I can stare at it for more than 2 seconds. So.
Oh, you're so boring. Right. A thick DK Aran. Yeah, so sort of worsted. So it's not as thick as an Aran, but it is thicker than a DK. But you can work it on a 4 mil. 4.5, I think, is its happy place, I think. The neck here, the ribbing is on a 4 mil, and it's beautiful. And obviously when I first cast it on, it was on a 4 mil, and that's when I completely got obsessed with it. So if you're looking at patterns that you could use this yarn in, because it's so nice and it's so inexpensive and it's brilliant, then look for patterns that use like a 4.5, I would say. What are you... right, okay, cool. So let me put that away. Oh, hang on. Whilst I've got you there, I could just, because I'm just going to go and put on something else because I'm boiling. I'll just take you over to the woollier area so that you can see some of the colours. Yeah, it was quite nice in black and white, wasn't it? Yeah, but I would look. Okay, look. So here, like that's gorgeous. That sort of burgundy wine colour. There's some black and some Darren colours. There's a lot of different neutrals there, and then over this side we've got that gorgeous little that ballerina pink down there. It was beautiful, and then the brighter ones there. So, like, I love these two together. I love those two together, olive and turquoise, and then some blues, some gorgeous vibrant oranges and reds. That's the red that I used, and then up there that we've got that crazy yellow. I think it's called virgin lemon, I think they call it. But yeah, so there's a big range of colours available, and we've got all the colours except that we're out of stock on I want to say maybe 2 of them. So when I hear back from Gepard, we'll see if those 2 are on their way as well. The dog is at the door. Right. What else was I going to show you? Okay, well, let's do parcels and then I can do something else. Right. Okay, so this is a parcel. Oh, I was going to put on something, wasn't I? Because I can't just stand here and not knitwear. Right, let's go back over this way. Find something to slip on. I came to work today in my lovely ranunculus in Felly, which is gorgeous, but it's too hot to wear inside at the minute. So I'm not going to put that one back on. I'm just boiling. I'm going to put on this Anne Bensel Dicky thing, I think. Minimal knitwear. Yeah, it's great colours. I should get Darren to pick out wool for me to make a jumper for my hubby. Maybe. You could book a virtual with Darren if you want. Right, this is, what's this thing called? I can't remember. It's by Anne Bensel, and it is a, if you know, please put it in the comments. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like it's a thing by Anne Bensel. I don't know what she calls it, but you put it on top of coats and jumpers and things, and I love it. I knit this with Tvinny and silk mohair in 2 different colours. So number 44 in Tvinny, which is the bright electric sort of blue, and is it, yeah, it's definitely a Dicky, but I can't remember the name of the pattern. And I paired it with navy silk mohair in colour 100 to just sort of give it that extra glowy depth. So I don't know if you can see that, but the silk mo that's on there is a navy silk mo, to just because it sort of highlights the texture a little bit more to have that in there. Slanting slip over, that sounds about right. No, I didn't lengthen it. I'm pretty sure this is the length on the pattern. I'm just quite short. So yeah, I think maybe if we got down to put this on, it would be a lot shorter and just will reach about there. But for me, it's nice and long, and I can wear it just now for this purpose without boiling. But it is lovely to wear on coats and stuff. I've got a few Dickies. One of them I've lost. I left it in a pub. And then we've got like these, which are not Dickies. But I like to wear stuff that's not going to... I like to wear things with a neck hole. I should probably say, Darren, do you want to put this on and see how short it is on you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, do I want to? No. Will I?
Will you? Thanks. Hide that really ugly shirt. And your weird waterproof trousers, even though it's not raining.
Wow, I'm copping some black.
Oh, it's tiny on you. Hang on, you'll have to come around this way. And you've got it doubled over to make you look like a hunchback.
I mean, if you have mastered eating, then I wouldn't worry about it. But
look, it looks like a tiny, tiny bib there. So it's pretty short on you. It's above the navel.
It's above the navel.
Yeah. Okay, give it back.
Yeah, thanks.
It's better on me. Right, you looked really crap in that turn. So, oh, right, okay, so what am I packing? So this is some more Gepard yarn. This is my soft one. I am unpacking this. This is lovely. This was the Gepard yarn that was definitely the most attracted to, and I need to make a jumper out of this as well because I know I'm going to love it as much as Woolia, but I haven't figured out the exact right pattern yet. I've got a few contenders. So this is my soft one, 100% merino again, but none of these merinos are like commercial, crappy superwash merinos. Like, they're good merinos. They're minimally treated. They've still got really, really good wool qualities in them. They're very soft, and they don't have any lanolin or anything like that. Huh?
Albeit flaccid.
So this is a beautiful red in my soft one, and this person is buying it with Le Petit Lamb's wool by Boosh and Boosh, and that is the grey brown colour, which is gorgeous. Astrid, I sent her an email this weekend which she's replied to about the new Norwegian jumper that they've designed, or I think Astrid's designed it. It's lovely. So I emailed her and asked her for the pattern, which she sent through, and is knit with Le Petit Lamb's wool, and I really want to make that. But I need to make some kits, I think, with some colours. I really like the original, which is just made of neutrals. It's very Darren friendly, that one, but I would absolutely wear that. Le Petit Lamb's wool is gorgeous to knit with. It's beautiful lamb's wool. So that is, like, these two together are really nice. Right, I'm going to pack that up. And then I can't remember what the gauge was for my soft one off the top of my head. Yes, they recommend 3.5 to 5 mil needles. I would say it's probably like a sport weight yarn, sport weight or DK. So it would be great for lots of different needle sizes, that one, because of the way that it's spun with its sort of single ply. It can like poof right out or squish right down. It's gorgeous. I swatched it and absolutely adored it when I swatched it. I think it might be time for me to make another swatch spot sweater, I think, like the one that I made a few years ago, where there's a whole bunch of yarns that I want to try out in a jumper. I might just get one each of all these new yarns and make a crazy spot again. Right, is the slanting slip on Woolia? No, it's Twinny and silk mohair. This particular one. Cozy cat. Yeah, that's it, Marsha. It's called the Cozy Cowl. Thank you. That is what it's called. The Cozy Cowl by Anne Bensel. Brill. Not sure why it's called a Cozy Cowl. I mean, it is cozy. It's not really a cowl, but anyway. My soft one is the right name, as it is really. It is really soft. We have trouble with the name in terms of we don't like it, but it is really, really soft. Yes, that's mine for two different things. What, the Woolia and the lamb's wool? Is that yours, Lucy? They're nice together. Would the Woolia work for this pattern? Oh gosh, I can't click on anything while I'm on this, sorry. And also all these comments disappear like they all disappear when I stop the live, so I have no idea. But if you wouldn't mind, like, once this is up on the feed, just reposting that question as comments, then I'll be able to look that up for you. But I can't click off right now because it will just end the broadcast. Yes, please, to a spot sweater. Cool. So, because the thing with the spot is, it's another sweater where it's got super, super low armpits. And so for that one, yeah. Which one have I got here? I think I've only got one because I'm sure I've got one at home. One of my spots is here, I think. Yeah, so like really, really low armpits. And so you've got to be careful, I think, about the yarn that you're using, because if you use something that's like very bulky and doesn't have the right, stretch with the combination of the two strands, then it will do that thing where you've got really low armpits where it just sort of is across you. And also it can be quite difficult to just like be practical if you're in a like wearing it at work and you have to lift your arms a lot. So yeah, I mean I love this spot and I do wear it a lot and I like how it looks on me, but you do need to be aware that it's got very low armpit, not as low as the halibut would have been had I knit it to pattern. Oh, that would have been awful. I'd have had to rip it all back. No, it's at home because I've been wearing it. I think I wore it when we went out to the play the other night. Right. So here is the other spot that I was talking about. Can you see how low that armpit is? Let me just pop it on and show you. This is one in silk mohair, which I think is a really good solution for a jumper with spectacularly low armpits, because it's so airy and drapey and sits like a sort of naturally sits as an oversized piece better. But I'll show you what I mean by this with its armpits. So there. And I think this is the size 2 or 3, size 2 or 3. But like you can see how low the armpits are. My armpit's there, its armpit is there. Looks really, really great like this if you're just, you know, like a normal arms down person. But as soon as you start needing to sort of raise your arms, it becomes a bit more. And some people find that it gathers that they have this happen here, and that's just because of the like super slanty raglans and the fact that we've got shoulders. If we didn't have shoulders, that wouldn't happen. So I mean mine doesn't do that, but I think that's just because it's knit on it's the right needle size and it's drapey enough and it's blocked out and it's great. It's very warm. You have to take it off. But it was really fun to knit. I mean, I would totally I've made 2 of these. I'm very happy to make a second one, but like I can tuck my elbows in and easily take them out of the sleeves because of the nice low armpits in there. So yeah, it's practical for that. If you want to keep untucking your arms, you know, like when you go skiing and you're cold and you want to untuck your arms a bit. I haven't done that for ages. Okay. Sorry, lots of comments I have not read. Might change my mind. Okay. Swatching with the lovely green boucle. Everyone should try that yarn. Swooning. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it, Marsha? You got your parcel already. That's quick. I have my spot sweater in today and have been thinking how to raise the armpits in another one. Yeah. You could just change the rate at which you do the raglan to change where the armpits happen. So you get if you want the same body stitch count, then you would just rework that so that you're not making the increases on every other round. You could do like a hybrid. Well, there's a word for that, isn't there? There's a proper actual phrase for when you, I can't think of it. But you can change it so that what is the word when you change the shape of normal raglans so that they're really fast there, slow down there, and then get really fast again. Do you know what I mean? So you could do that to raise the armpits. It's just that with the spot, actually, would that work with the spot because of the stitch pattern? That it might mess up the stitch pattern. Probably will. So you'd have to look at that. Right. Will you be doing some Alina kits with the boucle? Yeah, and I'm partway through. I've been making the graphics for it. I just haven't fully built them, but there's not that many colours available in the boucle. I would say if you want to make it, if you want to do your own before I make kits, like don't, you know, I wouldn't wait. I will have some, but it's not going to be a 5-minute job. Just make sure that you've got high contrast between the 2 colours and you'll be fine. And if you're wondering about which silk mohairs to hold with the boucle, then you could always just shoot us a message and I will let you know what works. Right. The Aluna jumper that Cynthia's talking about is a new Anne Bensel pattern where she's done it with boucle and silk mohair. It's lovely. And you could make a kit with sleeves or without sleeves. Right, so I am now packing a copy of Liner Nordic Knits, which is like a sort of special one-off magazine by Liner. It's got some really great patterns in it, this one, like really great. So yeah, if you haven't got a copy, I mean, I like this. I love that. There's some really nice ones in there. That's nice. Anyway, so yeah, Nordic Knits. I think we've still got, I don't know, we got a top up last week. We've probably still got some, haven't we? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So pack this. Sally, yeah, the armholes are a bit on the spot. Yeah. When I was trying to figure out the armpits for my halibut, apart from keeping on trying it on the other because the other thing that I did, because sometimes it's a bit difficult to just keep trying it on because you've also got to sort of pull it and clip it and whatever. So I laid it on top of a jumper where it's got a nice sort of boxy body and a similar neck, like a high neckline. And I love how it fits, and so I just laid my halibut on top of that and sort of guessed how much it might grow with the blocking, and then worked a little bit on that to like make sure that the armpits were in about the same place. So yeah, they would have been so low. I just can't get over how low those armpits would have been if I hadn't if I hadn't made my fat fish. Okay. I always have good intentions to do colourwork knits, and my mum nags too, but I only ever wear black, dark forest green, dark grey. Wow, tricky to knit those colours. Do you carry any safe black yarn dyes by any chance? Safe black yarn dye? Well, we do have yarn dye that's black, so if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, Ashford Cold.
The Ashford, yeah, that's a black dye. I'm not sure what you mean by safe. Right, thank you. Thanks, guys. I am now packing some beaded silk and sequins light by Art Yarns. These colours here, very glittery. Don't think you can see how glittery it is in this light, but it is lovely. So yeah, that's my next thing, and I'll pack this one up and then I'm going to show you the possum yarn in more detail so you can have a little look see at that. It's gorgeous. There's a few people that have ordered it already, and it's lovely. I've got it on needles at home because Hannah in Australia sent me some really nice samples, and I've got a navy blue version at home. But when I asked her for colours for it, I sort of made my requests for the colours that I'd really want based on what the yarn is like and the sorts of patterns that I envisaged for it. So I'll show you that in a sec. It's gorgeous. It's very unique. Right, let me just get this. Huh? It's unique, yes. Not very unique, because that's not a thing, is it? My whole family are all about the grammar. I have allergies and eczema. Safe. Oh, right. Heavily chemical. I mean, I think all dyes, apart from a natural dye, and I don't know of a natural black dye. I'm pretty sure I've never seen anyone use like squid ink on yarn. But they're all chemical acid dyes. But then all the clothes that you would wear from like shops would probably be dyed with chemical acid dyes. So if you can wear those, then maybe that's okay. Also, there are some yarns that we've got that are just undyed, and there's some dark undyed yarns that are made from naturally dark fleeces. So maybe if you go on the website and type in undyed, you'll see the selection there, and that might be a really sort of safe way to go, maybe. Okay, just pop a button on here. Every time I go to NZ, I bring back Possum Merino fingerless gloves. Yeah, it's warm, isn't it? I know, it is extra. Thanks, Susan. Yeah, it's extremely warm. I mean, you only like have to touch the skein to know how warm. And there's loads of statistics and lots of studies and things that are available if you were to Google it about just how warm it is and what the properties of the yarn itself. But I mean, it's very warm and very soft. And then I'll just show you. Hang on, let me just pack this. One of the things that I really love about this particular yarn that from Circus Tonic, and Circus Tonic is Hannah in Australia. She's the hand dyer that dyes the yarns, and she's very talented. One of the things that I really love about the base, though, is that it's woolen spun, and there aren't that many possum yarns that I've seen on the market that are woolen spun. A lot of them are worsted spun, and when I came across this one that is woolen spun, it is mini. I don't know why all of it isn't woolen spun, because it just makes the yarn so much better. So these skeins are 100 grams and 400 meters, and look how, like, if I compare that to another 100 gram, okay, Merino Cloud. So like Merino Cloud, for example, that's 100 grams of merino, and that is 100 grams of the possum. And this one is such a fat beast, partly because it's woolen spun, so you've got all of that air trapped in, and it's just very smooshy. But I think it's also just this particular merino that's from a really amazing source in New Zealand, this non-superwash treated merino, so proper, the real stuff. And then it's also got 20% of the possum fur in it, and they use the back hairs from the possum, which are like the highest grade. And obviously the possum fur comes from possums that have already been culled, because they are a pest that are destroying the native habitat in New Zealand. So they get rounded up, and then they're an invasive species. I don't know why I'm saying all. You guys already know this, but they're an invasive species. And instead of just letting them go completely to waste, I think it's brilliant that they can use the great fibers and the fur from them in a yarn that will keep you warm. So it's just a good way to use up what would otherwise be wasted, and very, very warm. So like these colors and these yarns are, I mean, they're huge. So it's fingering weights. You get 400 meters, but really it just, you know, I would knit it on a sport weight pattern if I were you, or maybe like a fingering weight pattern that uses slightly bigger needles. So like, don't put it on like a 2.25 mil needle, maybe stick it on something that's more like a 2.75 up to about a 3.5 for it to like really breathe. And what needles have I got it on at home? I'll have to post it in stories, because I've knit it on a bunch of needles at home, and there's one where I'm like, that's the one for me anyway. Yeah, it's lovely, and it's sort of heathered. And so anyway, I wanted to show you that. The colours go together really well for a nice warm Nordic jumper. That's what I had in my head. So that's really old. I'm using them. It's using, oh, you can't wear them after they've been, oh, weird. Right, so someone to contrast. Okay, yeah, it's not my expertise. I don't know about black dyes, like in terms of allergies. Yeah, so those colors are lovely. So yeah, if you've not experienced that yarn before, then give it a go. It is, I think, better than, I've got a whole box of samples over there from other yarn companies that use ethically sourced possum as a blend in their yarns, like a whole box of it, and it's all of it's nice. Like, I like it, but there wasn't anything that was like, yeah, I would like that, like, yes, please. Until I came across this stuff that Hannah sent me, and then I was like, yeah, all in, gotta have that. So yeah, it's really nice, and it's not really, like, I know the brands probably that you guys have already knit with the possum yarn that's much more available in New Zealand and out of New Zealand now. And it's not like that. It's very different, and it's very different when it's been spun the way it has there. So yeah, check it out. Like, I mean, even if it's just it's so warm, like a pair of gloves and a cowl, perfect. Right. Oh, packing. Right, so I'm packing a skein of double mohair by Art Yarns. There we go. I posted a picture on stories last week of one of our lovely customers who had knit a Make Mine a Double with this yarn, and I put in there, that's one skein, and people were like, wait, but what yarn is? Anyway, so yeah, it is one skein that makes that whole jumper, and like one of these, and it's lovely and soft. Shall I grab one? I'm sure I have a few of them hanging out here. Love the colours, back home, ready to work. Ooh. Yeah, try the, it's lovely. It's really nice stuff. Okay. Hey Darren, just over there, there's a Make Mine a Double in the Time to Bin the Salmon Deer colourway. Can you just grab it for me? Thanks. This colour name was brought up by Darren when I was pondering what to name it, and he said it looks like it's time to bin the salmon deer, so it stuck. I thought it was hilarious. Okay. So last week when I was posting lots of stories about parcels that I was picking, because Yulia was away for most of the week. She got back on Friday afternoon, so then I was packing loads of parcels, so I was taking loads of pictures, and lots of you got in touch and said, I just want to know what people are knitting with it, and I can't really help with that unless people put in notes in their orders to say what they're knitting with it. So if you're happy for people, if you're happy for me to ever put a picture of what you're knitting on stories, and you're willing to share what you're knitting with it, then you can always put that information in notes and I can then share that with people. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you, this is one skein of that mohair. It makes this sweater here, which is my Make Mine a Double pattern, and yeah, that's one skein of mohair, so it's pretty cool. Can we pre-order the lovely Art Yarns colour you created? I want to make mine. You can't pre-order it, I think, because I'm not allowed to even show it to you until the 1st of November. But it will automatically be live to purchase on the website at midnight on the 1st of November. So I would just get in there and buy it, and then put a note with your order to say that you'd like the pattern if you don't have it, and I'll email it to you. Please can you show us the Lacuna colourway and the mainsail in the possum yarn to see the difference between them? Yeah, I wouldn't normally on a live, but since they're right here, I will show you. This is the mainsail, and that's Lacuna. There you go. Mainsail is blue, Lacuna is purple. So hopefully that helps. There. I'm pretty sure that's how it looks on the website, but if it doesn't, let me know and I will go and redo the pictures again. Right, I'm not going to pack this one right now, but there's a lot of, this is one of the people that ordered a lot of the Tribe colourway and the 931 when it came in, and the reason it's out of stock, but there is more on the way, and also there's some of that lovely chartreuse mohair in there. So I'm going to just set that aside and pack it in a bit because it's a beast. And I'll get something else instead. What's that? Sock yarn. Sock yarn. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. I thought we were out of stock on that one. So this person has ordered Iseo sock yarn, which is sock yarn. It's called sock yarn. You don't have to make socks from it. It's a fingering weight yarn. It's lovely. It's very stretchy. It's got some recycled nylon in it. So it is one that we will keep stocking because it's a responsible use and source of plastic in that yarn. And it's also got 40% easy wash alpaca and 40% easy wash merino. So it's a really good sock yarn, that one. We've got lots of, well, we've got all the colours that are available. And they've ordered a silicone stitch holder, silicone, what do we call them? Stitch holders, yeah, silicone stitch holder, you know, those cords that are in there. A soccer's rule, some fixed circulars, a interchangeable cable, and a ChiaoGoo set. Hey, these are my favorite needles, by the way, in case like, I'm like really lucky to, in with the business that I've got, I get sent samples of lots of things, especially like needles and yarns, and I get to test out lots of needles. So whilst I've loved ChiaoGoo for a really long time and way before I opened the shop, I get to try out the other needles too, just in case. They are great, and I can still tell you that ChiaoGoo are, I haven't come across anything better. So yeah, if you're ever wondering, you know, and you just want to, I just think ChiaoGoo are the best. End of. I wish that they were a better company to deal with, and I wish that we had a decent margin on them, which we don't. It's annoying, but they are still the best, like in terms of the actual quality of the needles, so, and the knitting experience. Right. You're welcome. I'm definitely ordering some Woolia and some Possum. Yeah, try it. Yeah, if you'll like it, you'll like it a lot. I'm just very fussy on the yarns that we get in. And we do have basic, you know, we do have sort of more, sometimes you just need basic yarns for some stuff. So we do have some fairly, I would call them like, how do I say it? Like, they won't blow your socks off, you know, but they're affordable and you can use them for a lot of things, and they're great for like gifting jumpers and things. Like, I'm talking about things like Croft DK by West Yorkshire Spinners, like just a really good basic DK yarn that's reliable, predictable. So we do have the affordable, and then I guess for me, for this shop, I want to have that base totally covered for like good basic stuff, and then I can focus on the wow stuff that lights me up, where I'm like, oh my god, I want to share this. And luckily that tends to be more what I'm doing these days, because the bases are covered. So like, for example, yeah, like the sock yarn by Iseo, it's a great sock yarn, you know. It's not gonna make me have kittens like the Woolia has done, but if you want to knit some great socks that last, then, and that are, you know, not made with crap plastic, then that's a great yarn. Okay, so whereas this is a superstar yarn. This is one of my superstar yarns, Merino Cloud. You guys know it, I love it. This is 2397 colorway, phenomenal. So with the Merino Cloud yarns, the art yarns, if the numbers start with a 7, then they're an ombre. They tend to be, they're an ombre color. So like this stuff that's over here, sorry, you probably won't remember it. It's probably not, you're probably not even interested, but I'm just gonna tell you anyway. So these are the ombre colors, where they are sort of self-striping but not. If they start with a number 2 and they're like 4 digits, then they're like a tonal. So if this was just colour 397, it would be like a solid yellow, but because it's got the 2 in front of it, it's a tonal yellow. And I just make the decision on which colours I like. I've been over to Art Yarns and I've seen them and their colour selections, and I think some of the colours lend themselves more to something tonal and some of them lend themselves more to something solid, so I just sort of base the decision on that. Right, God, I'm talking a lot today, aren't I? I'm partial to wooden needles, Addy lace ones. Yeah, I don't like those. ChiaoGoo cords are great, but the needle part just doesn't work for me. Oh, I wonder why. I love the needles. For me, they're like the perfect sharp, like perfect sharp. I just love them, and I love the way that they grip the yarn, but they're not overly slippery like some of the Knit Pros are. But it's totally personal choice. Everyone has a different experience with needles and the way that you knit and the way that you hold your needles and the way that you hold your yarn. It's all very individual. Saw a pattern the other day on Ravelry by Dando, knit in worsted linen. Can't get it in this country. What's a good alternative? Cotton Waves. Try Cotton Waves. That would be perfect. That's kind of why I brought it in, for a really good alternative to a worsted linen that wasn't like ridiculously heavy and fun to knit with. So yeah, do that. That's by Gippard, by the way. Cotton Waves. So this person has also ordered some precious metal stitch markers by Coco Knits that look like that, and they are a selection of shiny metal stitch markers. Super handy. I've got a set of these at home. I've got all of the Coco Knits stitch markers at home, which I use on different projects. I really like the split rings for some things. My favourite are the Swarovski crystal stitch markers, and I've got one of those in every colour, and I love them. And sometimes I lose them, and then I have to come back and get another one. But yeah, they're my faves. Some people are sensitive to different metals, so that might be part of it. Oh yeah, maybe. The ChiaoGoo is surgical stainless steel, so I would be really shocked if anyone was allergic to those, because they don't have any nickel in them or anything like that. So yeah, I think that the surgical stainless steel is sort of surgical in order to make sure that it's not something that you're allergic to, because it would be pretty terrible if you're allergic to surgical tools. Good morning, Elaine. Okay, I'm just going to do like maybe 1 or 2 more, and then I'm going to go away. This time flies, doesn't it? I'm boiling. I think maybe for lives we should just always have all the windows open, Darren. It just gets so hot. Please. Oh, miserable wet Derbyshire. Oh, it's blue sky here right now. Look, let me show you. I'm just looking out the skylights, and it is blue. Although it doesn't look that bright out here. There's the dog. Let's just have a quick look. We've got some THL parcels that I managed to pack. Oh, there we go. That's what it looks like outside today. It's pretty nice. Not so nice that way. Pretty nice that way. So yeah. I may as well just, oh, here's some double mohair. I won't pack anymore. I'll just show you. Oh, I can't show you that one on the bottom because that's the secret one. You probably already saw it. Hey ho. But yeah, this is, where's the colorway that I'm wearing? Oh, this is this. Okay, so if I turn this, this is the one that I'm wearing right now. That's one skein of that. That is color 71029. But yeah, there's loads of great colours in that range of double mohair. Nope. Turn you back round. Craft DK that I was talking about a little bit earlier. Here's a bunch of those, loads of colours available in that. That's that standard DK that's a nice British yarn that's very affordable and lovely. May as well just keep wandering about. Saves you. Look at that, that's the lichen and lace. That's that bright pink, that new colourway in the lichen and lace. And I don't think we've got anything new happening in here. No, we don't. Okay. Great. Well, that's probably a good place to leave it. Oh wait, do I want to do any special offers this week? I did have something in mind and I can't remember what it was. I was just dreaming about it. What was it? What was it? Do you know what? I might do. Darren, are these still on the website?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I'm not going to sell otherwise.
Okay, so for anyone that's not tried Merino Cloud before, then you're not going to want to invest in 4 whole skeins of this stuff. So what I will do is a special one-off discount to break these skeins up. Anyway, what I'm talking about are these sets that I had designed ages ago of Merino Cloud, and they are ombres. That's just going to be really complicated, isn't it?
Yes.
To break those up.
Why don't you think before you open your mouth?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. Okay, we're going to do that. I'll put these on sale, these sets, because I shouldn't really break them up, because otherwise I'm just going to be left with random stuff. I'll put them on sale later on today, and I will do a live discount on... Oh, it's getting tricky to pick something. Oh, maybe I was thinking about the silky, but we don't have much of that left. What? They are on the website. Okay, cool. That's good. I don't know, but I'm on the spot now. I probably should have thought about this. Let me. Okay, right. Just because this is in front of me, just because it's right here, I've got to put something on sale. I'm going to do a 15% discount on the next day on Lovely Noel by Lang. That's this gorgeous chainette stuff here that's as soft as a baby kitten. Kittens are babies. Anyway, Noel by Lang. It's lovely. It's fingering weight yarn. It's bloody gorgeous. I love it, but I can't get it back again because it's got some polyamide in it, even though it's brilliant. So we need to sell it, and you guys should take advantage of it. So 15% off that today. Stunning. And this time, in order to try and increase just try and play with this bloody algorithm a little bit, I'm going to do, if you would like the discount code, then you should type in comments Noel or something like that, and I will DM the code to you, and then that way we'll get some extra comments, which means that we might get seen on Instagram, and you guys will get a DM from me. Okay, good, excellent. Okay, cool. Right, I'm going to definitely go now. So that's the Noel. Just stick it in thingies. Right, okay, bye. Bye. Oh, wait. I was just about to press the wrong button, but like you guys are typing Noel in this, and I'm not going to see that in like, I'm not going to see it as soon as I switch this off. So you'll have to wait until it's on the feed, on my feed, and then type the comment in there, please. Sorry, should have been more clear. Okay, bye.